welcome back to Good Morning Football. Big game tonight between the Bengals and the Jags right here on NFL Network. Let's welcome in Tom Pelissero for a bit of an update. Tom, welcome to the show. Happy game day to you. We've got some big question marks at some key positions ahead of week 3. What is the latest with the Bears quarterbacks? That should be an easy question for you to answer. And who's playing wide receiver for the Titans this weekend?
Okay, let's start with the Bears. All 3 of their quarterbacks were on the practice field on Wednesday, but they are going to take the week to evaluate health before deciding who starts on Sunday against the Lions. Now, Coach Matt Nagy made clear the depth chart has not changed. If he's healthy, Andy Dalton is still the starter. But Dalton was limited in practice on Wednesday as he continues to come back from that bone bruise in his knee. The rookie Justin Fields remains number 2. Full participation in practice on Wednesday, though he did have a brace and a wrap on the right hand that got banged up in his rough first NFL start against the Browns. Bears also still have Nick Foles, the one healthy option, but he remains number 3 on the depth chart. In other injury news, the Titans could be without both of their starting wide receivers this Sunday against the Jets. Julio Jones, Ian Rappaport and I reported yesterday, getting treatment for a leg injury. The Titans are calling it a hamstring. Julio did not practice on Wednesday, and neither did A.J. Brown, who could miss a week or 2 because of his own hamstring injury. It's a good week to know the names Chester Rogers, Nick Westbrook-Akina, and also Derrick Henry. Already 12 catches this season, just 7 short of his career high. Okay?
It's well said. Thank you so much, Tom Pelissero. More from you throughout the show. Now grab your cotton candy, your turkey leg, and your airbrush T-shirt, and let's go to the roller coasters. Kyle?
Yo! Hey, everybody! I'm at the amusement park. I just ate a lemon chill.
Oh, my God, you have an airbrush
I got my airbrush shirt. It is so fun. Next week, I'll try to get you guys one. Why are we talking about amusement parks? Matt Castle, what was your childhood amusement park?
Oh, my favorite one. Let's
go
with
NFL
Six
Network.
Flags, Magic Mountain, you know, got Bugs Bunny and all that stuff.
Yeah!
Oh, yeah, let's go.
I love it. Six Flags, a great amusement park, and also with the referee show.
NFL Network, we're here for a battle between number 1 pick, Bengals, week 4 starting right now.
Let's go! Right in the middle. Why are we talking about amusement parks?
Not even up behind him. No, it is.
I mean, absolutely nothing right now. Off the Steelers, trying to figure out exactly being the guy who steals the show.
Had some heat on them. They're coming off
like my career. As the bottom of the division, sort of bottom dwellers, and now we feel like we've made a 360, but we have to prove it. And they did it with the Steelers win this past week, but now they have a national audience. Talked to receiver Tyler Boyd this week, and he said that this is their statement game. They really want to prove that they can compete with the Ravens and the Steelers, the AFC North. They think they can win this division. They think they have all the pieces. Joe Burrow's healthy. Joe Mixon's there. They got some guys on defense. So they feel like this is not the same old Bengals team. So like you said,
let's see how the roller coaster is going through 3 weeks of the NFL season heading into that week 4. That hairpin turn. Let's take a look because it's really fast. There's a purple one. Is that Sam Darnold? Oh, no. Look at who's there. Joe Burrow. Derek Carr is still in the club. And, guys, this is where I see them on this imaginary roller coaster at GMFB Amusement Park. Let's just break this down. King of the Mountain. Right here, Derek Carr screaming on top of the hill. Now, last week we had said he was the guy who hit the log flume early and is soaking wet at 10 a.m. It's a little risky because then you get that chafe thing. You got to walk around the park like this all day. And I was worried about that because against the Dolphins early, it looked like he might have been chafing. But he recovered. He's great. He's playing incredibly. Derek Carr is at risk, maybe a reward, of leaving the club, leaving this segment, because where do you go when you outgrow amusement parks? You go to the grown-up amusement park, Las Vegas. Derek Carr looking great, looking like an MVP. Never mind this segment. But next, Sam Darnold. Where's Sam on this thing? All right, Sam is sort of headed up, but you're worried that he might be going around down, and the gravity's here, and if he's a little brat, he's going to spit on Jameis. Don't do that, Sam Darnold. We described Sam Darnold last week as he's like the wooden coaster. All right, he's all-American, likable, but you're like, I don't know if I trust this thing. It seems to have a little wood rot soaking in, but it's given us some great rides, and it's fine. Here's the problem. Last week, you get on the wooden ride, you're having a great time with it. That lap belt thing is broken. You know the lap bar, it won't come all the way. That's the McCaffrey injury. And you're sitting there and you're saying, hold on, this isn't coming down. Excuse me, yes, dude with the vape pen and the spiderweb elbow tattoo, is this okay? He's like, nah, you're fine, green button, go! So now Sam Darnold is the wooden coaster, and the lap bar is not very far down. It's a little off-putting. We'll see where that goes as Sam Darnold goes against Dallas. Bayless next. How about one more? Look at this guy. Joe Burrow, Mr. Thursday Night, headed up. Looking like he's having sort of a good time. Joe Burrow was a new ride at the park last year. A lot of buzz. He's on all the soda cans. He's in the commercials with the Looney Tunes. And then the ride breaks. The ride breaks down. Everyone's disappointed. No one likes to see it. Okay, so they fix it. And they make all these enhancements. And it looks like they're working. But you're like, I still kind of want to wait. They just fixed it. It broke. But I don't want to be like Fabio when he got his nose broken by that parrot or whatever it was. I'm not going to be the Fabio guy. I can't believe it's not butter or the roller coaster's not fixed. That's Joe Burrow. Should we get to the most fun ride in the park?
Yes.
The most fun ride in the whole park is right there. Jameis Winston. Jameis is so perfect. You know what he is? You know what ride he is? He's that one where you strap in and they take you up and then just free fall you down. And then up again. Dr. Doom's free fall. Think about it. Week 1 against the Packers. You're going up. It's beautiful. He's great. He's efficient. He's looking at the parking lot. Oh, I can see my house from here. And then week 2, whoosh, free fall. But wait. Then you go right back up. Right back up. That's how it works. So that's Jameis. Dr. Doom's free fall. And as Jameis goes in versus the Giants.
This pass alone was the entire Jameis experience.
That's it. That's the play.
For a touchdown.
When Jameis goes to Canton.
From the 2-yard line.
What'd you think of that? He just said, screw it. And he caught it. It was a touchdown. Do we see that this week again, though? Probably. And lastly, Carson Wentz. All right, he's headed down. He seems to be going into some sort of valley. Carson Wentz, when he's at his best, when he was on his Eagles, he's a great scrambler. Well, guess what? At the amusement park, he's the scrambler. Whoa! It looks like it's fun. It's kind of all American. But, oh, my God, is that ride just beat the crap out of you? It's just back and forth and back and forth. And it's kind of exhausting. And you're saying, like, this felt like a good idea. Is this still a good idea? You ever go on it with someone heavier and they just ram into you the whole time and you feel like you separated your shoulder or both ankles, unfortunately? Carson Wentz, I hope you go up here, this little bump right here. You're going to go down in the valley. We need more of this as we head into a big, big Week 4 game against Miami. So now we've seen the club guys. Is there one ride that you want to be part of, that you want to buckle in, you want to think it's going to be a good time? Pick a ride, Peter. What do you got?
I'm enjoying the Derek Carr experience. Yes, they're winning, but it is like these crazy games that they are in each week, and they now have a late Monday night game in SoFi on national TV. I'm here for it. Derek Carr, I cannot say enough of how impressed I've been this season with what he's done already, and yet, you know that roller coaster's going to dip at some point.
At some point, right? What do you think, Matt Castle? The Magic Mountain off the 405?
Yeah, we're off the 405, maybe a little Viper, but at the same time, I mean, yeah, Viper's a great ride. First real roller coaster ride, I almost peed my pants, but nonetheless. Okay, Derek Carr, I'm going with Derek Carr. I'm with you, Peter. I mean, I think he's one of the most underrated quarterbacks. For the last 3 seasons prior to this, he's thrown for over 4,000 yards. The last 2 seasons, he's had less. I mean, he's had single-digit interceptions. The guy's a stud. He doesn't get a lot of credit, but at the same time, I love how he's performing, especially when it comes to pressure situations. That's how most quarterbacks are always judged. And what he's done this year in overtime victories against the Ravens, you know, and then last week in the overtime victory, he's performing well in how this team needs. So I'm riding the Derek Carr train.
I'm going to go with Sam Darnold here. Your lap bar thing is interesting. Usually that one lap bar, it's all-American. That's like kind of like the Viper, but like the American Eagle.
Sure.
It's kind of boring anyway. It really is. But if you can do it, if you can survive that without the lap bar, without somebody who's averaging 30 touches a game all season, it's time to get off the roller coaster. I see this as a huge opportunity for Sam Darnold. There's no real reason he should be on the roller coaster right now outside as a Carolina Panther. He's kind of a lazy river. He's kind of boring, and there's not. I'd rather be on an up and down loop-de-loo than like a, oh, that wasn't fun. That kind of sucked. So I do think, I will say, and I'm curious what your thoughts are, if he crushes it against the Cowboys, wins, looks good without Christian McCaffrey in that lap bar safety net, you got to take him off the roller coaster. It's time to walk away.
I think it's a great idea. I think maybe we take Joe Burrow out and put Ben Roethlisberger in. Maybe. I don't want to do it, but we might. Mentioning Lazy River, that'll be the other water park segment we do. Matt Castle, thrilled to have you here. At one point, we will talk about the real roller coaster ride, and that was playing for Todd Haley, but maybe we'll do that tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to get a big ear of corn, and my friend and I are going to go in the recording studio and record Sweet Child of Mine, and they're going to give us a tape to take home. See you later, guys.
Bye. I cannot believe you had an airbrush too. I didn't see that you...
Vanilla Gorilla the Goat.
So good.
Derek Carr, just one of the players we've seen strong performances from since the regular season kicked off on September 9th. With October right around the corner, the league's announced their players of the month. Let's start with the AFC. Derek Carr, the aforementioned, who likes to go up and down and all around, but he's crushing it right now. And I mean, got the approval of one Matt Castle, so we'll see if he can keep it up. Switching over to the NFC, Cooper Kupp, 25 receptions. The chemistry with him and his quarterback, Matt Stafford, is out of this world. Trayvon Diggs takes it with defense. He is crushing it for those Cowboys. Sam Darnold's going to have a tough one up against him. There we go. And now there's the rookies that shined in September. Peter, what do you think?
I'm looking at these rookies here. Rookies of the month. We've got one playing tonight, Jamar Chase, and the other one is Asante Samuel Jr. in the AFC, whose
Both
father
on your
was a
Fab
stud.
Five lift?
Both of these guys were on the Fab Five this week. That's the AFC. Who we got in the NFC?
Matt Castle, let's take a look. And I think these are just the NFL rookies of the month. They just both come out of the AFC. AFC tipping the scales in their favor there. Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, how well do you know your #1 overall picks? Triggs taking over.
We're going to do a little bit of trivia, Matt Castle. I don't know if you were a #1 overall pick, were you?
No. Maybe in flag.
I made a whole lot of plays here, whole bunch of them.
You couldn't go to tackle Calvin lightly, or else he was going to stiff arm you and put you in the dirt.
You want to be great, that's the level of work you got to put in.